Hi, welcome to Thrive Theory. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys being here, tuning in, all your support, all your feedback, all of your support, good or bad. I truly appreciate it. You are helping me grow as a person, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into it. Today was an eye-opener for me. This subject, oh my gosh, it was like, wow. Of course, that makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. And what I want to talk about is why people are probably talking about this a lot, but let's talk about it. Self-image. Self-image. Oh my gosh, who would have thought self-image? It's everything. Our self-image is everything. It is the money we make. It is the people that we date. It is the places that we go. It is the way we dress and feel about ourselves. We cannot outperform our self-image. We cannot outperform it. Our self-image sets the boundaries in which we can go. As far as we can go in our life, we will always be there. That's our self-image sets that boundary. So it doesn't matter how we think we should have, what we want to have, what we hope to have, because nothing can reflect except for our self-image. This is what's reflecting. This is the reflection. And then this is the mirror that is reflecting back on us. Our self-image. Do you guys understand how important that is? It is so important. It was, what do we truly think of ourselves, like right now? What do we truly think of ourselves? Remember when I said that money was a shadow? Money is a shadow, okay? It's the shadow. What's causing the shadow? What's casting the shadow? What we think our worth is. That is what's casting the shadow. And then our money is what comes out of that. What we think we are worth. Not what the world thinks we're worth, what we think we're worth. Our relationships, our love relationships, all of those relationships are a shadow. What's casting the shadow? What we feel we deserve. What we feel and think we deserve is casting the shadow and projecting it out. I'm like stunned. I've taken so many networks and so many masterminds and so many things, and I thought I was working on this self-image, but then I find out that I'm still in the same spot because I really haven't truly changed my self-image. I didn't matter how many hours I put in the day. It didn't matter how many dates that I went on. It didn't matter how many networking events or how much promotion I did. I could not outperform what I thought of myself. My deep-seated thought. It wasn't going to let me go any further. It was my boundary. It's where I stop. I cannot move any further until I change the concept of myself, until I truly believe myself to be greater than I am, and then build my life from that. You can just stop working. You don't even have to join the dating site. You don't have to do anything more. You can't do anything more. You literally cannot do anything more until you change your self-image. Because if you don't change the self-image, none of those things will matter. It won't matter if I go and work myself harder. I'm going to keep getting the same thing because I haven't changed I haven't changed what's casting the shadow. And that's me. That's my idea, my beliefs, what I think and feel and act of myself. I hope you understand that this is such an important concept that we have to work on ourselves. This is not like an afternoon thing. This is something that our whole life has to be consumed with. everything we do has to be building up the image that we want. So now how do we change our self-image? How do we start to do the self-image? Is to get deep down inside and say, what would you like it to look like? What would you like to be? Not this. How would you like to be? More confident, more loving to yourself, more open, eat healthier. How would you think, feel, and act if you were your ultimate person, your dream person? How would you think, feel, and act? How would you dress? How would you eat? How would you get up in the morning? How would you work out? How would you treat others? How would you treat yourself? If you were that person, if you were your dream person, how would that be? Everything in your life, I mean everything, even running errands out in the public, or just lazying around, or how you have your house, how clean do you have your car, everything you have has to be a reflection of who you want to be. You have to change your self-image. You have to change the image that you think, and then you have to start acting, thinking, and feeling as if it's already manifested, as if you were already there. Getting comfortable with money, loving yourself more, knowing that you don't need validation from other people. Stop being a people pleaser. I mean, all these things that we need to change about ourselves, because it is literally the block. We cannot go any further. It doesn't matter how much we do. We cannot outperform our self-image. We need to set, and people say set a goal. I don't think it's a goal. I don't think that's the right word. A goal, it feels like there's an end. Like once I get to this, I'm done, or I have to set another goal. I don't think it's that. I think you should say, what is my life vision? What do I want in my life? How do I want to feel? How do I want to act? How do I want to perform? How do I want to do all these things? What career, what business, what attitude, how smart do I want to be? What's my intellect? How's my emotional life? How is my love life? How is my social life, my character? All of these things have to be deep dive into it. You have to change your concept of yourself. We have to change the image of ourselves if we want to move on. We have to set the boundary higher, because we keep coming back to what we know. We will always come back. The self-consciousness, our subconsciousness, only resorts back to where it's comfortable. What we set for ourselves, what we think of ourselves, we think of ourselves. If we don't change how we think of ourselves, it's never going to change. It's never going to, you could do as much as you want. You can go as many retreats as you want. You can go to all these programs and do all these things. You cannot change unless you change how you think of yourself. And I mean make a commitment to change how you think of yourself. You have to start being that person. You have to start talking and acting and looking and performing and sleeping and eating, and everything you do has to come from that self-image, your new self-image. How clean you have your house, how clean you have your car, how you treat other people, how you shake hands, how you eat with a fork and knife, how you treat your money. All these things, everything has to be in the alignment of what you think your life vision, what you want your life vision to look like. Everything has to be in alignment. The minute you start saying, oh, well, I think of myself as a confident person, and I think of myself as a loving person, but then you don't do everything, everything. To change that, we just keep hitting that wall. We keep hitting that block. We can't go any further. We've set our boundaries until we change, truly change, and start to become and be that person, that image. We have to be the image that we see in our minds, our ultimate life vision, not the goal, because it's not done now, but what's the self-image? What's our life vision? How does this person eat, sleep, talk, walk, breathe, go on vacations, dress, take a shower? How do they even wash their body? How does this highest vision of yourself, do everything in its life? Everything in its life has to be from that image, from that life vision. How do they spend their days? How do they spend their time? Do they spend their time on TikTok and YouTube and spend their time, or do they spend their time doing other things? Don't stop watching YouTube, because but how do they do these things? Do they read a book before they go to bed, or do they watch the screen? Do they sleep with the TV on, or do they go get a nice rest and sleep? None of these are good or bad, but what do you think is your self-image? How do you want to start showing up in the world? How do you, not like how you want the world wants you to show up, how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want people to think about you? How do you want people to see, when they see you, what's their first impression of you? What's their first impression of you? Self-image creates the world that we want. Self-image is everything. Our minds are the only thing that matters. What we think about ourselves, what do we think about the world, what we think about all of the things around us is controlling the world that we see on the outside. Our attention is everything. What do we give our attention to? What are we showing up? What is showing up in our world all the time that we would like to change, and then find out, why does this keep showing up? Why do I keep dating the same person? Why can't I get past that glass ceiling of that career or that money? What is it? Why do I have the same? And go from there. Find out what you're not. Find out what you think you're not. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not smart enough. What is it that you're holding inside that's causing you to keep hitting the same wall? You are only going to attract what you are in harmony with. Whatever you are in harmony with is what you're going to keep bringing back into your life. Do the hard work. Do all that you need to do. Take the time. Don't do anything else. Don't try to build another business. Don't try to move. Don't try to join another dating site. Don't try to do anything until you actually sit down and figure out what you think of yourself right now. What is the self-image you have of yourself right now? And then what is your life vision? What is the vision of the life that you would like? Who is this person? How is this person being? How is this person being in their life? And then keep striving to that. Take everything in your life and move it to that. Everything. Start thinking, acting, feeling, all these things. And that life will start to change. Your life will start to change. Change the way you see yourself. Change the way you think of yourself. And change the way you act in your life. From your self-image, create a better self-image. Create that life that you want. This was such a game changer for me. It was such a wonderful thing to find out. I'm still working on it like everybody else. It's just, we're a progress. This is just, we're never going to get it 100% right away. We're just going to keep on working on it. We're going to keep on working on it. We have to keep, it's like putting your plane on autopilot, and then sometimes it might get off course and you have to just keep moving it back. You keep moving it back. Don't put your life on autopilot. Have intention. Have an intention. Where do you want to go? Why do you want to go there? If we don't have anything to aim for, then what are we going for? Create the life vision that gets you up in the morning. Create the self-image and live from that image every day. Don't go out with your hair in a bun and messy, dirty pants if you want your self-image to be a rich, wealthy, classy woman. If that's the image that you want, that's the image that you hold highest, start to change all the things that would become that person. Get your nails done, wash your hair, clean your car, eat properly, let people speak, don't talk over them, be a better listener. All these things add up to be the person. You have to start to become them. You have to start becoming them. You can write all that you want, all these good things that you would like in your life, but unless you start to become it, they're just words. It is action. It is action that we take possession of what we want. It is through action that we actually start to manifest what we want. We can't keep saying affirmations to ourselves if our self-concept is different. We can't keep saying we're wealthy, I'm wealthy. If you think in your mind that you're not, your self-image will always bring you back to where you are. Change your self-image. I'm drilling it into your head. I actually brainwashed myself. There's an app that you can have, and it'll just keep playing over and over and over this recording. And so I recorded all these things, how I wanted to show up in my life. And I spoke to it as, Shay, I went into the work and I wrote all this stuff down and I recorded, and I listened to that over and over and over and over to remind myself how to think, act, and feel about myself, my new self. I am the CEO of my life. You are the CEO of your life. Take control. Start building better self-images. Start doing the work. Start becoming the person. If you don't do this, it won't matter. None of the other stuff will matter. It won't change. You can't outperform what you think your self-image is. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you got so much out of this. I got so much out of this. It was a game changer for me. Thank you so much. Mwah. I love you. Mwah.